Is that a fish or is that a freaking log? Oh my gosh, that's a nice one. Oh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, it's a monster, boys. It's a monster, boys. We gotta get her in. We gotta get her in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Today is a special day, and it's a special day for two reasons. Number one, it's March 2nd, which means it's my birthday. And the only thing I want from you guys is to hit that subscribe button on my birthday if I entertained you all at all, or if I gave you guys some good tips. Now, the reason I actually chose this lake today is because a lot of my little smaller local lakes have been blown out by the rain we've got the past couple days. But I know that this lake tends to stay pretty clear, so that's exactly where I came. And anytime you have a chance to go to the Big Bass Factory, you gotta go. So our goal today is to catch one bass over 5 pounds. If you guys have ever been out here, you all know there's a ton of fish over 5 pounds in this lake, and even a bunch over 10 as well too. We're gonna get out here and we're gonna see if we can catch some giants, and you guys already know we're gonna give you all a ton of tips and tricks along the way. Let's get it, guys. All right, let's get it. So there's an area that I want to run back to, but on the way I'm going to toss this mag draft around a little bit. So I have a mag draft. It's on the 7/0 beast hook. I believe this is a 1/2 ounce beast hook. I'm going to toss this around a little bit on some main lake points as we head back to the spot where I want to head back to. Got 4 hours on the board today. It's 10:32. So we're going to try to be off the water by 2:32. As you guys can see, overcasty skies. I think the high today is like mid 50s, and we'll probably get a little bit of rain throughout the day. But I'm extremely stoked. First time here this year, and there was only one other boat in the parking lot. So we basically had the entire lake to ourselves. Now you already know that means safety first, because in this lake there's a lot of standing timber, and the last thing we do is want to get stuck up on a tree. So got to be very, very safe today. Make sure we make it back home to the missus. All right guys, pulling up to the first little pocket I want to fish here. I'm gonna start with these main lake points. Won't spend a long time here. This is not really my focus, but I did want to stop by and hit this. Today I'm gonna spend most of my time fishing those bigger baits like that mag draft, that bigger swim jig. Again, this is truly a lake of giants, so I don't want to come out here and try to catch 1 or 2 pounders. I'm trying to go for the big mama today. This mag draft, I'm just bombing out there as far as I can, and I want to keep it higher in the water column. I want to keep it above their head. On cloudy, windy days like this, you're probably going to have bass chasing. A lot of times they don't like to go down to eat something. They like to come up and eat it from below. Water's a little bit dingier today, so this white really stands out. If it was more clear, I'd throw in a more translucent color, but I think the white's going to do pretty well in the water today. Nice little flash in these overcasty conditions. Really today we're searching for big pre-spawn females. That's what we're after today. Full moon's going to happen around March 20th, March 21st. A lot of these bigger bass will pull up to spawn early, so that's the kind of fish that we're targeting today. All right, getting back to the destination location now. That's where I'm gonna spend most of my day. Probably gonna spend a couple hours here in this one creek. Slowly work my way back. Keep an eye on the graph to see if I can find bait. Try not to get stuck on trees. Key is to not panic when you get stuck on something like that, guys. Slowly try to rock yourself. It's always good to have an extremely stable kayak. Always wear your life jacket. Safety first. I'll put on a little bit deeper diving spinnerbait here. I have this one, which I've been throwing around, and it's good for really shallow water, but it's not great for deeper water. Since I'm sticking with the theme of bigger baits today, I already have that mag draft, which is going to dive pretty shallow, so I want a deeper diving spinnerbait on there. The water's pretty dingy. We probably only have about 3 or 4 feet of visibility, so I want something that's going to put off a lot of vibration, but still very weedless, and that's what this big spinnerbait's going to give me. I believe this is a 3/4 ounce. Pretty big, but something that's going to allow me to run down there 5, 6 feet, still give off a ton of vibration. Oh yeah, big old willows putting in work down there. Moves nice and slow, and this is gonna pair up nicely with that mag draft. Right now I'm just trying to get a bite to indicate what depth they're at. A lot of these fish are gonna be suspended on these trees, but are they sitting in 5 feet? Are they sitting in 10 feet? Really, how high do I need to get the bait to run it right above their heads? Just rotating through these baits. Get a little bit more shallow, throw that mag draft. Get a little bit deeper, to the spinnerbait, to the swim jig. Super focused going down through here. This is a really, really good section. I actually lost a 6 or 7 pounder here last year. I'll go ahead and run that clip. There we go. There we go. Good one. Good one, guys. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Come on, girl. It's got me on some wood. Holy crap. Holy crap. Oh, it came off. Oh, it came off. Yeah, so that was heartbreaking. And I know there's big ones back here. And if I do hook a big one, I know in this wood, I gotta horse them to the boat. And whatever happens, happens. Oh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, it's a monster, boys. It's a monster, boys. It's a monster, boys. Oh my gosh, it's a monster, boys. Oh my gosh, it's a monster, boys. Oh my gosh, it's a monster, boys. We gotta get her in. We gotta get her in. Oh my gosh, it's a monster, boys. Oh my gosh, it's a monster, boys. We gotta get her in. We gotta get her in. Normally I don't like to horse them, but we gotta get this fish in, boys. We gotta get this fish in. Oh my gosh, it's a monster. Get in here. Yes! Oh my, yes! Yes! Let's freaking go, baby! Oh my gosh! And the hook fell out. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at this freaking bass. Look at this freaking bass, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh man, she is freaking thick. Oh my gosh, guys. Let's freaking go. Happy birthday. All right, let me compose myself a little bit, get a weight and a length on her, some pictures with her, and get her back safe and sound. Oh, let's go, baby. I felt that thunk and I was like, uh-oh, here it is. Oh gosh, don't you dare. All right, I'm thinking, I would say 22 and a half, and weight, I'm gonna guess, I don't think she's 8. I think she's gonna go 7 and a half. Gosh, chill, baby, chill. Normally I would play them out a lot more, but I was terrified. 705. 705. Let's get a length on her. So she's probably, after that weight, 22 and a quarter. Get her back in the water for a little bit of air here. Let's go, guys. Let's freaking go. Let's get a length on her. Jeez, what a meaty fish, guys. Oh, she's only 21 and a quarter. Oh, let's go. Not a citation, but look at that fish, guys. Just an absolute giant. Get a proper release on her. Look at that fish, guys. What a tank. All right. Beautiful, healthy. Just gorgeous bass. Look at those colors. Thank you, Lord. What a blessing. Come out here, catch a 7 pounder. Woo! Not quite a citation, but let's go, guys. Woo! Let's go. I gotta tell you what, let's do it again. Let's go, guys. Oh man, the whole plan worked out. The mag draft, this creek, exactly what I was thinking from the very beginning. That is awesome. And like I mentioned, normally I would not try to bully fish like that and get them in, but around all this standing timber, we don't have a choice except for to bully that fish to try to get it in. So that's what I had to do. Had just enough drag to keep it from breaking off. Definitely check my line here. We're good to go. Oh, that was freaking awesome, guys. Felt that dunk and knew that was a bite. Her tail was even a little beat up. And like I mentioned, those big bass, they spawn early because they'll actually drop their eggs a couple of times. So they'll come back here and they'll start mid-March, as opposed to your lot of fish starting April and May. Those big girls do get started early. We're just chucking and winding that swim bait. Perfect weather today, overcast, the water's dingy, so I went with that white color. I'm not fishing for a ton of bites today, I'm just fishing for a couple. And I'd say that's an excellent start. And for that setup on the mag draft, 7/0 beast hook, 1/2 ounce weight. I mentioned this before, but the reason why I really like that 7/0 hook is you have a ton of clearance down here. So when that fish bites down on it, it becomes very exposed. You can go with something like a 5/0 or a 4/0, but you're gonna have very, very little clearance there. So when the fish bites down, it's hard for that hook to get exposed. Obviously you don't wanna go too big because this actually doesn't work very well on bottom, but if you're swimming it higher in the water column, I love that bigger clearance. You can actually see her teeth marks right here. About halfway in, and I think we got a decent game plan right now. We caught that big fish over here. So we're gonna work our way up the channel, casting over into the section, and then we're gonna come back through the section again, and we'll switch out a couple baits to see if we can trigger any more fish in here. Just went over something big in the channel here. You guys see that big line there? That is a fish. Oh my gosh. Don't think that was a fish, but was not paying attention and almost cost me. Might have cost me, I don't know, but when in doubt, just say it didn't happen. And I have to keep in mind that those fish were about 5 feet deep. So when I'm rolling the spinnerbait, I want to try to keep it in that 3 to 4 feet zone because again, I want it above their heads. I don't want it below them. And since I saw those fish pretty close to the wood, I'm going to sit more towards the middle of the channel because I don't want to be right over top of those fish. I want to run my bait by them. Is that a fish or is that a freaking log? Oh my gosh, that's a nice one. Not crazy, but it's good. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. 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 Let's go. Oh my gosh. Check her out. Oh my gosh, guys. Check it out. Another 5-pounder, I would say. Let's go. Yes, sir. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. What can we say, guys? That was the strategy, right? The strategy was to come out here, cast around in the channel with the spinnerbait. Look what we got. Let's get a weight and a length on her and get her back in. My guess is probably 5 1/4. 5.85. Check it out, guys. 5.85, pushing 6. So we got a 7-pounder and a 6-pounder so far. Let's get a length on her and get her back in. Another big fish. I don't really see many eggs on this one, so it's possible it's a giant male, or it's possible she doesn't have her eggs in yet. All right, what do we got here? 21 and a half. Another gorgeous fish. Pushing 6. Let's get a release on her or him. Again, I don't see any eggs, so it could just be a giant male, most likely a female though. See you, girl. All right, guys, happy birthday, right? That is extremely exciting. You know, we've grinded hard this year. We went out fishing. There's a lot of times we didn't catch anything, but the reason you come out in late winter and early spring is to catch fish like this. March 2nd, we're out here catching giants. We still have time too. We're only 2.5 hours into the day, got an hour and a half to go, probably about 45 more minutes back in this pocket. And it's just been a fun day. It's been a great day so far. Let's see if we can get some more on the board. Spinnerbait, mag draft, all the baits I thought would be successful. That's exactly what they've been on. And they seem to really just be held up on this flat. Coming back here, getting ready to spawn, feeding up from this inflow. We are just taking advantage right now. And we got this spinnerbait we can work a little bit deeper. Get that mag draft that works a little bit more shallow. So a good 1-2 combination. They're both white and water visibility is pretty dingy. So that's allowing those fish to find that bait a little bit easier. There we go. Another one, guys. I think it's a good one. I don't know what's going on. It feels like a pretty good one. Oh yeah, nothing crazy, but a good one. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go, baby. Got him on the spinnerbait. Yes, sir. Smallest one of the day, but when your smallest one's a 3.5 pounder, I'll take it. Get a quick weight on him. Get back to fishing. Yes, sir. Thank you, Lord. This is a blast. Absolute blast. Let's see what we got. 425. 425. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Like a 4 pounder. Okay, we got us a bag going today. Let's get a length on her real quick and get her back in. Came out here, wanted to catch one fish over 5 pounds, and we've done more than that. 18 3/4. Nice 4 pounder. Let's get her back in and see you, girl. Oh, she was angry. Oh, she was angry, guys. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Thank you, Lord. We have a bag. So we got what, a 7, a 6, and a 4. That is 17 pounds of bass. Let's go, guys. Let's freaking go. We still got about an hour, so we're doing good. There's one more stretch of bank I really want to hit, and then we'll have to run back. So realistically, we probably have about 30 to 45 more minutes. Guys, it's been such a fun day. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me. If you guys have made it this far, I really, really appreciate you all. It's been fun today, and we got much more of this to come. Many more videos gonna be put out this year. I put out a video every single time I hit the water, so if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Again, I don't ask very often, but I really appreciate your viewership, and I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. I'm just casting that spinnerbait out there, letting it sink for about 2 seconds, slow winding it back. I know this is a pretty deep area right here. We're sitting only 15, 20 feet off the bank, and I'm probably sitting in 12 to 15 feet of water. And it just seems like a lot of those fish are kind of suspended in that 5-foot range. Probably because we have such low light, it's pulling them up a little bit. At this point, I just want to put 2 more fish in the boat. I don't care if they're dinks, it doesn't really matter to me. I want to round out our 5 fish limit in 4 hours. That would be a huge, huge win. And if we can catch a couple more 3 or 4 pounders, I'll be extremely happy. They're loving this big spinnerbait. They're loving the big mag draft. 2 lures that I had in my head right from the beginning, and they're working out. You just cannot draw it up any better than this. You really cannot. Everything's just been a steady reel. I haven't had to impart any action whatsoever in my baits. Just slow reeling it, and the fish have been doing the rest. Sun's starting to peek out a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. I've had pretty good success so far, so I don't think I like a change in the conditions, but we'll see how it affects the fish. Wasn't sure. Was not sure. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Nothing crazy, but man, let's go. Oh, I'll take him. We will take him. Yes. Yes. So crazy. You catch a 7 pounder and then catch it. Man, he is biting me. I can almost let him go and he'd be holding himself. Let's go. A little 1.5 pounder. No, it's a little ridiculous that I'm excited about this guy, but I'm really trying to round out our 5 fish today. Ow, dude, he's like, got me. Ouch. Get on my finger back, friend. 210. He's got like a lockjaw or something. I don't even know what's going on with him. Let's get a length on him. 15 3/4. I have never seen a fish bite down like that. Ouchie. Ah! Goodness gracious. Beat me up. All right, number 4. Gosh, I really want to get number 5, guys. I really want to round this out. If we can get like a 2 or 3 pounder, we need it, let's do it. I'm running back through these pockets, which I fished earlier today. I didn't have a spinnerbait tied on, so that's what I have tied on now, and it's just absolutely getting it down right now. I don't know what that fish's deal was. I've never had a fish bite me like that. All right, that is gonna wrap it up. We came out here to the Big Fish Factory today and it did not disappoint whatsoever. My initial goal was to go out there, throw some power fishing baits in a specific area, and I could not have planned it out any better. Once that sun came out and that wind stopped, it kind of killed our power fishing bite a little bit. We did end up catching one more after that happened, but hey, 4 fish in early March for almost 20 pounds in 4 hours, we will definitely take that. Thank you all who stayed tuned to the very end of the video. I greatly appreciate that. Much more content to come in the very near future. Stay tuned and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.